The most advanced skill you will ever need in your life is right here in this video right now. And why do you need this skill? Because it will impact every single cornerstone of everything that you do. From your relationships, to your career, to your finances, to your business, to your health, to your well-being, to your fun, to your recreation. It will ultimately impact everything for you. And I discovered this by accident. Now, what am I talking about? Well, look, my name's Jason James. Over the last decade, I've taken what I used to do in psychiatric nursing and applied it right here into sales. That allowed me to generate over 22 million in deals closed, and my clients have gone on to generate over 200 million and growing using what I call the invisible sales method. It's the art and the science of talking to people on a neurological level, not a surface level, which allows them to sell to themselves rather than you having to sell to them. Now, in this video, I want to break down the single biggest skill that you need to master in order to excel in all areas of your life. So what is that skill? Well, I'll get into that in a second. First of all, you have to ask yourself, how much longer are you going to continue tolerating mediocrity? How much longer are you going to continue not being where you want to be in your personal life, not being where you want to be in your professional life, and not being where you want to be in your financial life? Because for many people, they just accept it as the norm. For example, I train tens of thousands of salespeople all over the world. And a lot of the times they come to me and they're going, Jess, I'm closing 20%, I'm closing 30%. That's good, right? No, it's not good. Why do you want to be good? You want to be great. You should be doing 50, 60, 70, 80% close rate. You want to be great. You don't want to be good. Like, seriously, like, why do you want to be good? Good is the enemy of the great. And we tell ourselves stories all the time just to stay good. So if you're listening to this right now, why do you want to just tolerate good? Because some of us are listening to this going, but Jason, no, things are okay for me. I'm not suffering. I'm not doing bad. I'm doing okay. Doing okay? Go and speak to any high achiever and tell them, I'm doing okay. See what they say to you. Ask them if they're doing okay. They are doing okay, but they're not just doing okay, they're doing great. But they wake up every morning as if they don't have anything. Like, I have business partners who are billionaires, and they literally hustle from morning to nighttime, where they could just be resting on their laurels doing nothing. No, because they wake up every morning and act as if they're broke. Do you know why? Because that's what drives them, because they want greatness. They don't want to be good. Now, why do you want to be good when you can be great? Because here's the thing. When you are great, sometimes you'll have a rough patch. Because it's life, okay? Sometimes things don't go your way. So when you're great, even if you're having a bad time, you're still good. Make sense? However, if you're just good, when you're having a rough time, you go from good back to average. And if right now you are just average, then guess what happens when you're having a bad day? You go to bad quickly. Is this making sense? So you've always got to be ahead of the pack. And that's why in this video, I want to break down the number one skill that is going to allow you to unlock greatness in all areas of your life. And that skill, my friends, is influence. Now, you might be going, Jess, I had this all before, blah, 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 blah. I learned it from another coach. I learned it from another mentor. I watched it on another video. That's great. Here's the thing though. Have you really learned it? Because if you did, you wouldn't be watching this one. Just being honest. So right this very moment, I want to teach you why this skill is the most important skill that you could use, and what you can do to start improving your communication skills and your influence today. So as you know, this channel is dedicated to people who are in sales. Anyone who's selling a product or a service of their own, anyone who's working in sales as a sales rep, anyone who's an independent closer, or anybody who is running a corporate organization or managing a sales floor or a sales leader, this is for you. This whole channel is designed for you. So it's all about sales. Now let's think about it like this. When you're in sales, what is actual selling anyway? What is it? What is selling? Making someone buy your stuff? Banking that money? What is it? I tell you what sales is. Sales is helping someone to buy. Now, if you're taking notes, write it down or take a mental note. Sales is helping someone to buy. Now, what are they buying? It differs in various aspects. So let's look at your personal life. For those of you who have a partner in your life, a loved one, If you want to go out with your friends and you know your partner doesn't usually let you go out or doesn't like you going out, or they wanted to spend time with you instead and you really wanted to go and see your mates because you haven't seen them for a long time, then you need to sell them on letting you go out with your friends. But rather than sell them, you need to help them to buy. Because when you help them to buy, they feel in control of the situation. And when they feel in control of the situation, but you've got the outcome that you want, it's a win-win. Is this making sense? It's the same in sales. Selling is helping someone to buy. Now, how do you help your partner give you a pass to go out with your mates? How do you help that prospect give you their credit card? Very simple. Influence, communication, persuasion. It's not selling. It's called influence. If you think about it, everyone goes, but no, you got to sell, you got to sell. Look, sales is influence and influence is sales. Write that down, let it stick in your head. Sales is influence and influence is sales. The more you can influence someone, the more you can sell, the more you can help them to buy. And when you start doing this stuff, suddenly you ditch the scripts. You don't worry about going on there and getting prepared and following the process or what. You just chill and have a conversation with someone, and you use language patterns that allow them to actually sell to themselves. You ask them certain questions that make them question themselves. You get them talking to themselves, literally talking to themselves and doubting themselves about standing still. And when you master this, my friends, everything starts to change. Look, you can now start to influence yourself better. Look, in sales, you know what's funny? People often spend so much of their time trying to close someone on a product or a service, and they can't even close themselves on leveling up their life. Like, it baffles me. Like, you're so good at closing, well, how come you can't close yourself? Like, some of you listening to this right now need to close yourself on sorting your own life out. Sorting out your personal finances, sorting out your physical fitness, sorting out your relationships. You need to close yourself on some stuff because you're so good at closing other people. Well, if you're that good, why aren't you closing yourself? All those excuses you make for not getting into the gym, all those excuses you make for not eating well, like all that, you're good at selling yourself on what not to do. Literally, like what not to do. Oh no, I shouldn't go and eat healthy because no, I'm feeling stressed today, so I'll go and eat unhealthy instead. Like, are you serious right now? Come on. Like, if you master influence, you're not only going to influence more people and help them to buy from you, you're going to influence yourself so you can make better decisions. Some of us listening to this right now, like I said, are stuck either in average or good. And we need to be in great. We need to be in great. Why on God's earth would you want to stay over here in average, mediocre land? No, come on, man. There's a whole new world. There's levels to this, guys. Levels. Some of my clients, when they come on board, they do the same thing. A lot of them do the same thing. They run the same patterns. Yeah, you know what, Jess, I'm doing okay right now. I want to be better. You want to, or you need to? The only way that you do something is if you genuinely need to. Now, the want mentality happens in retail. I want that handbag. I must have that handbag. I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it. Makes you go and buy it. But for most of us, if we're selling car insurance, if we're selling, products, services, coaching programs, high ticket offers or whatever, you have to make the client need it, not want it, because they want to go on holiday. They don't want to invest 10,000 with you. They'd rather go on holiday rather than invest 10,000 with you. So you've got to learn how to use ethical persuasional techniques to help them to see that they need this thing. And that only happens when you master influence. So you, my friends, do you want to be great or do you need to be great right now? Because we always get what we need. Like right this very moment, if you needed to find $20,000 in the next hour to perform life-saving surgery on someone that you love, would you find it? You know you would. You know you would. You'd be ringing absolutely everyone right now. You'd be doing everything you can. You'd max out on all your credit cards. You'd do everything you can just to save someone's life. You know you would, because you need to. It's the same as this. Do you want to or do you need to be great? And the only way you're going to do this stuff is if you get better influence, because it's the internal dialogue that's stopping you from having that external dialogue with people that need to buy your products or services. And that's why when I work with my clients, the first thing that we work on is that inner dialogue. What is your sales mental model? What is the framework that you've got running in your head right now that's stopping you from being badass at sales? And then what we do with that is we annihilate it in 24 hours. We just get rid of it. Gone. bye, see you later, which allows you to jump on a call tomorrow and close more than what you're closing today. That's how quickly people get results. And we don't just stop there, clearly. We then get rid of the scripts. Any of you using scripts right now, please get rid of them. And I know why you don't want to do it, because it's like having stabilizers on a bike. Get rid of them. You know how to sell, you know how to speak. You've just made speaking conscious, which is why it's a problem. Speaking is an unconscious skill. If you're out there with your friends in a coffee shop, do you whip out a script to have a conversation with them? No. So why do you need a script to have a conversation with a prospect? So we get rid of the scripts, and instead of using a script, we just memorize 7 words. That's all we do. 7 key words. That's it. 7 words. You will memorize these 7 words in under 5 minutes. Then you'll never need a script ever again. And then you'll learn how to sell by having a conversation and allow the prospect to buy from you rather than you trying to pitch to them. And then we work on how do you use language patterns to understand how to penetrate human behavior, how to penetrate on a neurological level. Very simple questions, very simple frames, very simple observations that will allow you to trigger the prospect to motivate themselves to say, hey, take my credit card. Is this making sense? And then finally, we look at your pitch, your actual offer. How do we rewrite it for you so that it actually talks to the client avatar that you're speaking to and the triggers that make these types of people buy? Because when you do it like that, everything starts to change. Why? Because people buy on emotion, not logic. That's it. Our brains move because of association and emotion, nothing to do with logic. Logic tells you to leave an abusive relationship. What keeps you there? Emotion. What if I never find love again? What if people judge me? What if people hate me? Right? Logic tells you get the hell out of there. What do? You stay there because of emotion. It's the same in sales. Logic keeps people stuck. It's stuck. They need to get the emotional brain in, okay? Like, you've got to get that emotional brain in, because they will make a logical decision on a logical offer, which will talk them out. It will talk them out of it. You will need to literally take this person, flip the script, hit their emotions, and make them buy. That's it. That's all you've got to do. And when you do that with ethics, because you're not selling crap, then guess what? Everything starts to change. So influence, my friends, is the #1 skill that you have to master. And if you're ready to master this quickly, my clients are getting results in as quick as 6 hours doing what I teach them on my Invisible Sales Academy. It's so easy to join, but it's not for everyone, and it's not cheap. That's why it's going to push away a lot of people watching this video, and that's okay, because I'm looking for a select few people who are ready to be great. Because right now, if you're looking for cheap solutions for expensive problems, that's probably why you're not smashing it in sales. Because the people that come and work with me are already smashing it, and they're already doing well, and they've got an investment mindset. They want to get unstuck, so they understand the value. Because at the end of the day, guys, listen, if you're cheap yourself, you're going to project that buying behavior onto other people, because they say you sell how you buy. So if you're cheap and you don't like investing yourself, when you're speaking to a prospect, you're ultimately going to believe that they are the same, and you're going to project that onto them. And guess what you find? More cheapskates like you. Like attracts like. Is this making sense? So this isn't cheap. It isn't for the faint-hearted, but it's the single most important investment that you'll ever make. People work with me for 12 weeks and their lives completely transform. Not only does their income go up, but their whole life, their whole world, everything around them shifts. Why? Because influence controls everything that we do, internally and externally. So look, if you want me to mentor you, if you want me to work with you, it starts with a conversation, and conversations cost nothing. However, there is an investment of your input to put into it to qualify for a call. Why do I do that? It's because, like I said, I'm not here to waste time with people who don't really want to change. So if you're a cheapskate, if you're looking to pay lemonade money and get champagne results, click away, this is not for you. If you're someone who massively wants to level up quickly in as little as 6 hours, then here's what I need you to do. I need you to comment the word sales down below, or click on the link in the description down below, and I want you to start the application process to book in a call with me and my team. Let's have a conversation. That initial conversation is not a pitching call. That conversation is for us to get information from you to see where you're at right now, what you've tried already, where do you want to be, and why is that important to you. If we can establish all of those things and it makes sense, I will tell you exactly how some of you watching this right now can benefit from the 2 scholarships that I give away every single month. And these scholarships reduce your investment to work with me significantly. Why am I doing that? Because I want more case studies and I want more testimonials. Why? Because for a long time here in the UK, I've been teaching a very select few people the invisible sales method. And now I'm going global. I'm taking this everywhere. Why? Because nobody on earth knows the strategies that I'm teaching right now. And I'll tell you why they don't know it. They think they know it, but they don't know it. I'm a former psychiatric nurse. I was the guy who got called when people were not taking their medication. They used to call me the patient whisperer. Imagine this, talking to someone who's got schizophrenia, hearing voices, telling them that I'm trying to harm them. So they're hearing a voice over here and they're hearing my voice over here telling them to take their medication, and I won every single time within minutes. That's the deep psychological persuasion that you need to be operating on to help someone to buy. Now, if I can close someone who is hearing voices, then what do you think you're going to do when you learn what I know? So it's not for the faint-hearted, and it's not for anyone who's got a problem with helping people to buy and persuading people ethically. So look, if you want to be great, then let's do this right now. Just comment sales down below or click on the link in the description, follow the instructions, fill out the form. It will ask you a few questions about yourself and your business. You must fill out that form. We need to know about you. If we don't know about you, we can't help you. Go and do it right now. Or carry on watching YouTube videos and keep being stuck. It's entirely up to you. Because like I said, if you have a cheap mindset, you're going to attract cheap people into your pipeline. If you've got an investment mindset, you're going to attract better people. Okay, so be one of the select few who knows the invisible sales method, who starts closing better than everyone else around them and starts to ethically outsell their competition whilst the competition don't even know what the hell's going on. Do it right now because it will help you master the single biggest gift that you need to give to yourself, and that is influence. When you've got this skill, you are untouchable. You will never, ever, ever go broke in any area of your life. So comment sales down below or click on a link. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. I'm trying to grow it. I'm trying to reach more people. I'm trying to make sales great again. I'm trying to get it out to the world. So hit like, hit subscribe, leave me a comment down below as well, and I'll see you inside of the Invisible Sales Academy.